World leaders today gathering and paying tribute to one of the founding fathers of Israel. Shimon Peres died this week at the age of 93, 2 weeks after he suffered a stroke. Leaders remembering the former president and prime minister as a visionary who spent 7 decades in politics, won a Nobel Prize for Peace, and President Obama and President Bill Clinton, along with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, among those honoring his life. Netanyahu remembering Peres as an optimist who never stopped striving for peace.
He was a great man of Israel. He was a great man of the world. Israel grieves for him. The world grieves for him. But we find hope in his legacy, as does the world.
Conor Powell now picks up our coverage. He's live in Jerusalem with more. Conor?
Well, Bill, optimist is the word that we keep hearing time and time again in the last few days to describe Shimon Peres. It's the word that just sort of embodies his entire personality, that they say here in Israel and according to foreign leaders that he was always optimistically looking towards the future. Now, earlier today, he was buried at Israel's Mount Herzl. On hand were representatives from more than 70 different countries, including both former President Bill Clinton and current President Barack Obama were here, along with Secretary of State John Kerry, Prince Charles, and representatives from Germany and France and several Arab countries, including both Turkey and Jordan and Egypt as well, were all on hand. And the one thing that sort of defined Shimon Peres was his persistence in the optimism of building both Israel. He was the sort of father of the modern Israeli military, the early champion of expanding Israel into the settlements in the West Bank and into Gaza. But over time of warfare and conflict, he came to the conclusion that peace, pursuing peace between Israelis and its Arab neighbors, was really at the heart of what Israel must do going forward. Here's President Obama on that.
He understood from hard-earned experience that true security comes through making peace with your neighbors. We won them all, he said of Israel's wars. But we did not win the greatest victory that we aspired to: release from the need to win victories.
Now, in death, Shimon Peres was actually able to accomplish something that the international community has not been able to do here recently, which was get Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to actually be in the same spot and to speak. Abbas was on hand for today's funeral and briefly spoke with Benjamin Netanyahu. It's the first real time in about 7 years that they've met face to face. It is a legacy that Shimon Peres, according to the family and friends, would be very proud to see these two men meet, even if very briefly, Bill.
Wow, what a day. Conor Powell, thank you. Live from Jerusalem.